home sweet home. What a mess. Good morning, how's it going? Today I need to prep the van because me and Nancy are going away for the first time in ages. The van's been parked here for quite a while now. We haven't actually been on any trips. So there's quite a few things I need to check and do in order to make it ready and turn this horrible messy pit into somewhere where we can live again. First things first, let's see if she actually starts. Okay. Well, that's reassuring. She started straight away, so all cool. I mean, I have no reason to think that she wouldn't, because she always starts first time. She's a beautiful van. The solar panels do charge the van battery, but I think only when the house battery is at a certain level. And I'm not sure it's got there this time because it's winter and I'm not actually parked with the solar panels in full sun at the moment. So I wasn't quite sure if it had still been trickle charging the battery, but no problems there. So yay. Charging at 1.3 amps, obviously not very much. 14.1 volts, 99.7%. I did have to unplug the fridge because it wasn't charging enough, and that is, you know, the one thing that's running all the time. But obviously I haven't been living in here, so the fridge didn't really need to be on. So as soon as I turned that off, the solar panels have been able to charge it up properly. I'm gonna make some new window blinds with that. But first of all, oh dear. I want to wash this filthy bed for Miss Nancy. Priorities. So one of the first things I want to do actually is check if my heater works. I've got a diesel heater down here, which I'll show you. It's just a cheap Chinese diesel heater, which does work and sometimes it doesn't. And I honestly can't remember if it even works or not. So let's find out. Well, it's making noise, but the question is warm air going to come out? I can hear the pump going, but it's definitely not warm at the moment. Well, the fuel pump is turned off and there is no hot air coming out, so I think there definitely is something wrong with it. Yay! That's going to be fun. I'm probably not going to fix that now. It's going to take some research. There's actually a really good Facebook forum for these Chinese diesel heaters, which I'll link in the description if you have one and you want to solve some of your problems. Me and Nancy are going to have to get by without a heater for now. I'm definitely seeing some mould here, which I'm not a fan of. Look at this. And at the top of my bed, there's also a ton of mould here, all around this cupboard and sidewall, which it does get wet all the time when the doors open. So I think that's the main reason, is that it's been wet a lot of times, but that obviously is nasty. Oh my gosh, I found something horrible in the cupboard. Look at this. Look back here. Oh, that's mould. That is mould. Look at that. Jesus. Horrible. Really horrible. More than a person can bear, frankly. There's a lot of work to do. Oh, my toe. Okay. Super. So that's good news. That was not a mold problem. It really was just a little bit, and I've cleaned out all the dirt and stuff. So bed is good to go. So I currently have these window blinds, which I made, which are Reflectix on one side, some black material that I had on the other side, and they've got these magnets around them. They've been okay, not amazing. I don't think I used enough magnets. The magnets are actually super expensive, so I guess I was too tight. I kind of ran out of money. Yeah, when you're planning your van conversion budget, times it by about 10 when you know what you think you're going to spend. Okay, I am not sure if my new technique for making these blinds is going to work, but heck, I'm just going to try it anyway. So the first thing is to try and make a template of this window. Gaffer tape is one thing you should never go anywhere without. Right, I've done the whole thing. So just so you understand, it's Reflectix in the middle, and then there's a piece around the side, which is just gaffer tape, which I did on both sides so it's not sticky. So, moment of truth, let's see if it'll stay in the window. So you may have noticed it's not really staying in. Well, it kind of works if you push the tape right up into the sides of the window frame, but I mean, that's not great. In all good conscience, I really don't think I can recommend doing this if you have a window as big as mine. Maybe I saw it in a car conversion and it might work then, but this isn't great. Still, I'm a desperate woman, so we're going to keep that. I'm not going to do the second one, but we'll try that out on the journey and see how it goes. Hello. What do you want, Miss Nancy? Little pirate pants? I'll show you what she wants. I've just been brought a delivery. Avocado toast from my sister. That's when you know it's really nice to live with your sibling when they can look after you. So of course, little miss wants to get some of my toast. Just one little bite. Good girl. I'm actually feeling a little bit trepidatious about this trip. We haven't basically been in the van since we moved into the house. Well, I've been out in the van sometimes. I haven't taken Nancy out. We've just been so busy and just been, taking advantage of not being in the van at the moment. But the truth is, and if you've watched my previous videos, I have alluded to this, Miss Nancy, treasure, light of my life, really doesn't like the van. She doesn't mind being in the van, but she really, I would go so far as to say, hates driving in the van. And that's obviously a problem because you kind of have to drive it. So I am nervous, I'm not gonna lie, about going on this new trip. But I'm also excited. I feel like spring is kind of around the corner. We're gonna be moving back into the van in a couple of months. So I think it's good to get everything sorted out again, go on this little trip and just try to get ourselves back into the swing of things. Mushroomy. It's pretty tough for me because I don't want to do anything that makes my dog miserable. I think you can see how much I love Nancy, and I really do. But also, well, there's a whole load of reasons why we have to make decisions, right? And there's a few different decisions why we ended up living in the van and why we're moving back into it. But one of them is definitely financial. We just can't do that. And even if I did have the money, I don't know, it isn't really what I want. But it's sometimes just so hard to figure out what you do want, or you think you want something, but it's just not as easy sometimes as you would like it to be. So the future is definitely uncertain for me and Nancy. I'm also kind of obsessed at the moment with the idea of turning my car into a camper. I have a Skoda Yeti, which I absolutely love. Can you imagine that? Me and Miss Nancy living in the Yeti? Let me know if you think that's a good idea, because that's coming up on this channel. Give me a couple of weeks and we're going to go for our first overnighter in my car. Bear in mind that I'm 5'10", and unfortunately, if the Yeti has one failing, if it has a failing, is that it isn't very long. They really could have put an extra foot out the back of that car. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to lie down, but we're going to make it work. Are you looking forward to moving back into the van? No, Mother, I don't like the van. But Miss Nancy, we've got to live somewhere. No, I don't like the van. But you like going on adventures, new places, don't you? Well, yes, but you need to get a TARDIS if you want me to go there. Okay. You want to go back inside? Come on then. Come on then. You got it. You can do it. You've forgotten how. You can do it. Come on then, Nancy. Good girl. That's it. That's it. Good girl. Down. Oh no. It's okay. Yeah, this way. Come on. That's it. Good girl. Yes. Yeah, well done. There we go. Hold on then. Oh, it's on the inside too. Oh, look at that. That is grim. I've definitely got a fair bit of work to do here, actually taking everything out, cleaning it properly, and probably repainting quite a lot of this. in order to make everything super nice again. I'm not going to do that now because we're just trying to get ready to go on this trip. But there is definitely a bit of work to be done here to make everything like super nice again for the spring. Well, that isn't perfect, but it is much better. We're going to have to address the cupboard of nightmares. Look at this. Look at that spoon. The disturbing thing is that I remember shortly after I moved in here, I got this stuff out of the cupboard because it was super mouldy and disgusting, and I took it indoors and washed it. So I think I must have brought it back out and it's done this again. You've really got to look at this spoon nice and closely. That is terrible. I hope you're finding this interesting. I just thought it might be kind of cool to actually see realistically what a van looks like in the winter when it hasn't been driven. I see so many people living these perfect van lives in their perfect vans on YouTube, and yes, I'm jealous, and yes, I want you to tell me how you do it. But I think there must also be a lot of people living a non-perfect van life that's full of mouldy cutlery, mouldy utensils, and I'm one of them. So yeah, watch out, you could be like me. There's even mould on my AeroPress, which obviously is made of plastic. So I guess it's just what happens in vehicles. Oh, my kitties. Oh, that is nasty. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to check every cupboard for stuff. Oh. I've never even used that and it's mouldy. Another one for the wash. Mouldy. Well, it's just so weird. Like, some of this stuff has got mould on and some of it hasn't, and I have no idea why. This feels damp like the other ones, and yet it's not mouldy. So riddle me that. And these are all unused. I bought this really nice oven glove from Wilko before it shut, and then I realised I didn't have an oven. The window blind is actually still in there. It's been in there for like half an hour now, so maybe it's gonna work after all. My kitchen roll holder was just stuck up here with double-sided tape, but it keeps falling down, so I'm gonna go ahead and literally cannot see anything at all. Let's try that again. Third time lucky. If this doesn't work, then there's something very wrong with me. Still, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. That's why the pen's not coming through, because it's got something stuck on it. I hang my head in shame. Could I literally be any more stupid? Funny enough, pen's not going to get through there. Yeah, I might want to turn the drill the right way as well. That'd help. Success. I mean, that whole little interlude was just incredibly embarrassing. So I think the less said about that, the better. Let's install this. Beautiful. Oh, look at that, the workmanship. I have no idea what's made this gross orange stuff that's leaked all down here. I actually think it might be some kind of rust, but anyhow, I need to take all this stuff out and give it a good clean because it's making me want to puke. The orange stuff is not really coming out, but I've cleaned them all as best I can anyway. I'm not sure if it's something to do with these rattan baskets, which I made these holes specifically to fit those baskets that I bought because I didn't want to have to make all the drawers. And they look super cute. However, they're made of, I don't know, willow or some sort of plant thing. It really doesn't stand up to this cold weather. It's kind of going a bit moldy. I'm not sure if it wasn't cured properly or if that's just something that happens with an actual product when it's somewhere that's too cold. I actually think it might be these baskets that's making that rusty stuff. Like this bit looks kind of gross. So I probably couldn't recommend buying any of these if you're doing a van build either, which is a shame because they look really nice. Unless you're just going to have better heating than I have, and make sure you keep your van really nice and warm and dry all the time. Mouldy scissors. Get that inside. You know, the first car I ever had was a Ford KA, a Ford car, as I used to call it, and I loved that car. Someone once told me that there'd been some kind of survey and that the Ford KA won the survey for the car least likely to get stolen. I nearly punched him in the face. I really loved that car. But the point is, I once left it in my driveway for about 3 months. There was something wrong with the engine and I was taking my sweet time to figure out what it was to fix it. And when I went back out there, the entire thing was covered in mould, like it had been underwater. So I think that must just be what happens to vehicles when you don't drive them. So I guess, to be honest, there's a lot less mould in here than there could be. And I've cleaned most of it up now, so things are looking good. It's taking shape. There's obviously still a lot of cleaning and tidying to do, but we've checked off some of the main things. I need to fill up the water tomorrow as well. I left it empty, so I'm going to run through a tiny bit of water, then I'm going to fill it up a bit. I have the Aqua Midi tablets. I just wanted to mention it because I don't usually hear people mention these for some reason in the van conversion. So when I fill mine up with water, it starts tasting disgusting after about 5 minutes, like really stale and unpleasant. And I didn't understand why, because everybody who I see in van videos seems to not only use that water for washing up, but actually drink it as well. And there was no way I was going to be drinking that. So I'm sure there's lots of different ways of purifying your water, probably a lot better, but probably also a lot more time consuming and expensive. So you can just buy these tabs for like, I don't know, £10 or something. Put one in when you fill it up with water, whatever the correct amount is, and it basically just destroys all the bacteria. After I'd taken a break from the van, like the summer before last, I'd left some water in there. We had a couple of really hot weeks, and then when I turned it on in the van, the smell was unbelievable. Obviously, you know, bacteria grows, so use these in your water and it won't, and then it just keeps it fresh like the whole time. That's my top tip. So if I've learnt one thing, it was this. I haven't learnt many things, but I have learnt this. Put these in your water and don't buy rattan baskets for your van conversion. Yay! I'm gonna go and see Miss Nancy now. Thanks for watching, and hopefully next time you check back in, this is gonna be finished and we're gonna be ready to go on some cool adventures. See you later. Bye. This is what Nancy Drew's been doing while I was busy in the van. What big teeth you have, Grandma. Oh my gosh, look. Look at that mold. That is so wrong. Rank. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's nasty. And look at this down here I've just found.